extra towels. I drip dry. She drip dry.
Welcome to the Drip Dry Podcast, where we let it all hang out. I'm your girl, Jasmine Christine.
I'm Faith Marie.
And I am Maya Monet.
We are three best friends, women of color, and we are just here to share our life in our 30s. And it has been the craziest ride of our lives already. And we're only at the beginning, let's just be honest. So
It's really just getting started.
it is what it is.
Also lifing.
Life is
Very much lifing, and I don't like it.
If you tuned into the BTS episode last week, we appreciate you.
Yes.
Yes.
Life was lifing.
Yes.
We appreciate you.
Yes. So, of course, you know, every episode we have a drink of choice. And today's drink, what we drinking, girl?
It's a little bit of everything, for real. At least mine is.
Yours is.
A little bit of everything.
What is the base?
Okay,
Come on,
the
base.
The base.
It's going to be Kermit the Frog. I'm just playing. It is Purple Toad Winery Tropical Sangria. With a lot of alcohol volume. That's all we need to know.
It does. It has 12% in a sangria. I feel like that's a lot.
That's all we
Yeah.
need to know. And then mine also has little other ones in it. And then it's got a little
mixy.
She love a good
double
mix.
shot.
She does
also.
love a good mix.
You let her
love
make
a
you a
good
drink.
mix, baby.
Never ask what's in it.
Don't.
Never.
Don't ask, because it's
The
about
only
13
question
things in
you need
it.
to ask me is, do I need to take a Dramamine before I drink this?
Right?
So that I can
Do I need a
function-
driver home?
So that I
Yes.
can function in the morning. That's the only question you need to ask me.
We love a good sangria.
It's my love language, mixing drinks.
All right, so this episode is about red flags, and we've all seen them. And if you ain't seen them, you lying.
You a motherfucking lie.
Seen
You
at
lying.
least one.
Yes.
Whether you're ignoring it or not is the question.
And we will get to that.
We will get to that.
Period. That will come up.
Boring.
But
Motherfucking
red flags everyone experiences.
Yes.
Hands down, everyone experiences.
And we had to do this episode because if you haven't seen it by now, you've probably at least heard about it. But the Risa Tisa 50-part story on TikTok, she went super viral, has over 400 million views on her story.
It's incredible.
Honestly, at first when people were saying, watch it, I was like, okay, it's not that big of a deal. And honestly, by the first episode of her talking about the story, I was just like, girl, I know this finna be some mess.
Yes.
Oh,
I
my
saw
God.
one TikTok and I was like, okay, let me see what this is about. I watched the first episode, or the first video, I should say. And I told all of you, I told every single one of my friends, I was like, you need to watch this video. Holy crap. And then I started watching it like when she was already on video like 40 something.
I still ain't seen
So
it.
she was still making the videos and I was just starting on episode 1, but oh my God. Yeah, and you haven't seen it yet. You have not watched it yet.
The only thing I've seen of the whole Risa Tisa scenario is the husband's response or ex-husband's response.
And that's the part that I haven't seen. Because
About
honestly, I don't care to hear
why
his
he
response.
didn't buy
Personally,
her-
me
I
neither.
don't care
He
because
didn't buy her
hers,
the car 'cause he
it
told her
sounds
she had
so
to work for it or
red flag.
red
Red.
It's a walking
Sorry.
red flag. Let's be very serious.
Yes.
He got on there, said
I
he
just-
had like
it
a
gave
thing
fuckboy
with Netflix,
vibes.
and he
It
worse.
gave-
No,
that's why
Oh,
she needs-
trust me, you
she
need to
needs a
keep
Peacock
watching it.
special. She needs a
she does.
Yes.
Correct.
she needs a HBO
Correct.
special.
I'm
at this
waiting for
point.
somebody to give her a special.
HBO special.
I feel like they will,
Yes.
but that whole series just brought up like how
haven't
many
seen
red
it.
flags do we actually see in real life?
Ooh,
And
this is a
because
good
it was funny because
segue.
in her series she would say the United Nations of red flags, and I was like, girl,
Facts.
tell me about it, because we done all seen it.
Yeah.
We done all had one.
And how many people ignored them?
Y'all,
Just
this
ignore
is
them.
good.
Some of them, because some of them you ignore, and then some of them you're like, no, this is my stopping point. Like, if this happens,
But also, some of them
I'm
just
not.
fly over your head, and you don't know that that's a red flag until you know.
I feel like
That's a red
when
flag.
you're younger, you're more susceptible to let them fly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You
The
act
older you
like you
get.
ain't see that bitch almost hit you in your forehead.
Yeah.
You act like you ain't see it.
Yeah.
It almost took your eyebrow off, but you act,
Yep. You get
no, he's
older.
wonderful.
Yeah.
No, bitch. It's giving. It's giving. But the older you get, the more you be like, all right now, motherfucker.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna let
No
you do
more.
it to me again.
Especially when things just start to not add up.
When they start.
It's like
When the math
Ain't
ain't mathing.
motherfucking
You be trying to write it out like, okay,
Now,
this
you
plus
said
this is supposed to
1
equal
plus
this.
2.
But
I'm seeing 2
bitch, you
times
giving me
4.
5 plus 5 and it's equal 25. We supposed to be at 10.
Yeah.
We supposed to be at 10 and it's not adding up. So, yes, I want to know, what is a red flag to you though?
Oh man.
Because to me, a red flag is like something that means don't pass go. Like on a Monopoly board, like
Okay.
stop.
Okay.
Like you need to figure out what is going on, whether it be in a friendship or a relationship. You
Okay.
need to stop, look at this, and do you want to go past go, or do you need to stop here and be like, okay,
Collect $200.
collect
Do
your
you-
things and get the hell on.
Do you need to stop, look, and listen?
Okay.
Stop,
I
look, and
think-
listen.
I think that depending on where you are in life is what brings you to those red flags. Age has to do with it, and also just like what you're dealing with personally. Is it a red flag you're gonna catch right away, or is it a red flag that's like it's gonna go over your head because your thought process is so far off from that right now, and then maybe it'll catch up to you later. So I'm assuming you're talking about the red flags you catch right away, right? Okay. And we're talking about us in our 30s, catching red flags in our 30s.
Are we
as
talking
somebody
about
that's married, as somebody that has a boyfriend, and somebody that is single?
the red flags that you caught in your 20s? That if it even daughtered your door in your motherfucking 30s?
In my 20s.
Bitch, how dare you?
red
You better
flags- Facts. The red flags in my 20s, I probably would have just ignored. When I think about the red flags that I maybe have encountered in my 20s, I was like, meh. Wasn't a
Like,
big
all
deal.
right.
Yeah, like,
All right.
you know, in my 30s, I feel, especially as a married woman, that I don't have to encounter red flags from like another male, I should say, or somebody that's not my friend. It's completely different. What was your question?
What is a red flag?
What is a red flag?
Baby, we got way up.
Mine was like, this is something you need to stop, evaluate,
Right.
But
and
see,
do we need to
it's
continue or do we need to stop?
It's so different.
Yeah,
I feel
think it
like
would
we
hit me in the
have.
face.
I don't know. It's hard for me to look at them how I would if I was dating and it was just like we in a talking phase and I see this shit and it's
No,
all
see,
fucking
I'm just going off of like my state
In my-
right now. If a red flag
In my
presented
state
itself,
right
I
now-
would think exactly.
But
like
see,
you.
they're different though.
Stop. Let me
because
evaluate.
Whoa.
a red
What is
flag
going
in
on?
your marriage is much different than a red flag if you're just dating.
Correct, because you have to figure out how to
'Cause them bitches is
go
little if I'm dating.
about
They
the
this
red
big.
flag.
Yeah, and navigate life.
If I'm married, it's like I might let a whole bunch of shit. I'm gonna pick my battles. I'm
You
gonna
have
pick
to,
my
yeah.
motherfucking.
The red flags, I feel like you have to go around when you're married. Like,
You have to
unfortunately,
choose which ones you wanna fight
there will
for.
get to a point, of course, where like if the red flags are so significant in your marriage, you obviously have to leave the marriage. Obviously, you have to, like, for your own safety, for your own
Health,
well-being,
for your mental
for
health.
for your mental health. You
And-
have to leave the marriage. It's not good for either
And
one
there's
of
some
you.
people
have to
who
leave.
don't.
Look,
There are some people who don't. I've seen
There are.
tons of videos on TikTok where, you know, whether it be the guy or the girl, but they're videotaping, of course, not showing the other person, but you can hear them talking. And just sometimes the way that they're talking to their
that person.
partner, they're talking down to them and stuff like that. So it's like when you see that back, like I've been in a marriage, if you've been watching the segment or you know me, you know I've been married before and I'm divorced. There are certain things that when you were married, you'll tolerate, but now that you're divorced, you're like, if I ever get into another marriage, if I ever get into another relationship, I would never tolerate that. And so what things would you say, whether I'm in a relationship, not in a relationship, we're working on things. It's a complicated thing. What's something that you're like, this is a red flag that if I see it, it didn't matter how much I was in love. I'm not. It's a no-go.
The biggest one automatically is finding another bitch information in your phone.
So if you saw that, you'd be
At
like, this
point
is a
where I am
red flag.
Now, in the
And
past, you may have let us. In my 30s, that shit ain't sliding, motherfucker.
So in your life right now,
my motherfucker, if I see you even look, now see, you had the privilege of looking before. If I see you even look in another bitch direction,
that's a red flag
that's
for you.
it.
That same.
I can handle a lot of
marriage,
shit.
Yes.
I can handle a lot. I can handle a lot of shit. I'm a ride. Some shit is no longer negotiable.
In my
life where I am at this stage, it's
Right.
no longer. I'm no longer. It's not a comparable.
yeah.
I'm not willing to compromise. I'm not willing to.
So
lower
that's a red
myself.
flag.
That's a red motherfucking flag. If you moving different, nigga, it's a red flag.
Well, I think it
Sorry.
is a huge red flag, especially as somebody that is married. If my husband were to look at another girl for too long, that is a huge red flag, and I will address it immediately.
See,
But when I was in my 20s, before I was even married,
we looking together.
still with the same man, but even
look
before I
good.
was married, if he looked at another girl, I would chalk it up to, that's just what men do. Men just, they have to look at other girls,
See, I'm
you know,
not even
whatever.
there. I'm
They
gonna
don't
look
have
with
to
you.
do
If
that.
she look
Yeah.
good,
No,
she
they
look
don't
good.
have to do anything.
If she look good,
Exactly.
she look good. I ain't gonna hate. I'm
Well, and
we gonna
honestly,
look
same.
together.
I will
We'd be like, that girl is good.
That was a fat ass. Did you see that ass?
There-
If only
yes,
the
but if I'm not in on the joke, okay. If a girl
I'm
walks
not-
past and I'm not in on it,
We gotta be in
and
it together.
he is all about that and just
I'm
staring.
not even
like,
that.
hello,
Hello.
out of
I'm
there.
not even that petty. But
Hello?
if you start moving different, I'm on
That's a red flag.
your ass.
But you
Your
can tell.
eyes stare for 2 seconds longer than they should.
That's
I feel like you can tell though when somebody
It's different because you know your
is
partner.
moving different.
If you when you even
and
talking to
and
somebody,
that alerts you to like this is a red flag I might need to look at.
It's like,
that
If it's happening repeatedly.
I would say that would be a red flag that's actually happened to me. In my marriage, it ended because of cheating. And that was the first red flag that I noticed was he doesn't usually do this, or we don't usually go to bed like this. You don't usually, so it's usually the pattern is off. And to me, that's like the first red flag that you can always tell is when somebody's pattern is off. Because
I'm checking the phone immediately.
as humans, I feel like we have a certain pattern on certain things that
Especially people
we
with
do.
addictive or obsessive personalities where they do the same thing all the time. Or
Yeah.
If you
It's like
start
you go
moving
the
different-
same route to get to work all the time. It usually takes you about the same amount of time, or you usually always,
Like, call me when you get to work.
yeah, or like,
you
or
send me
you
a text.
know if you're
Yeah.
gonna be late coming home from work, you will always send me a text, or
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying. So it's like certain stuff that you're like,
Yeah.
you're
Or you-
moving
or you
different.
call.
You're
If
not
you don't
your
have to text,
pattern.
you'll call me eventually.
Your pattern's off, and I feel like that's the biggest red flag that you can see. And even if you're like so in love, I mean, head over heels. I could be dating Chris Brown, and y'all know that's my man.
It's a motherfucking lie.
That's my man. That's my man. That's my man.
If I was dating
Bet.
Michael B. Jordan and he was cheating, I act like I ain't see it.
She gonna do that. But the thing is, she would know. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it don't matter how
You know what
in
I'm gonna do?
love you are with that person. You're gonna know. You be like,
You know what I'm gonna do?
something's not right.
I'm gonna get even.
Something's not right.
You
Something's
cheating?
off.
You stepping out?
different.
We giving each other a red. Obviously, we giving each other a pass. Cause I've been.
But see, I don't give passes on regular people. I'll
No,
give you a
you
pass
ain't-
on a celebrity
you
because
ain't
we're
gave-
regular people.
Yeah, see,
But
no,
if we
I'm
are celebrity, if I was a
I
celebrity,
don't- maybe
I would
it's
not be giving no
because
pass.
I
It's
wouldn't
not
get
even
either.
about
I'm
giving
not-
even.
I
It's about
can't
me
give-
doing what I wanted to do originally, anyways.
And
But see, I
to
was
me,
raised
that's
by
gonna
my-
be to be
I was
leaving
the
you.
reason I was raised. My father and my uncles and my brothers and they were a big influence in my life. So I think that plays a huge part in the way that I view dating and like I've seen the girls after girl after girl, and you taking this girl car to go get this girl, and you telling this girl this. And watching it my entire life, it's like. I've never been the person to, if I have an attachment or I form an attachment, it's hard. But it's not even a get back. I really want to do it from the beginning, but I didn't. I was trying to be a good girl. I cut off all my hoes for you. I cut off all
You
my
have
hoes for you.
control of men.
Yeah, I cut off all my hoes for you. But if we gonna hoe, we gonna hoe. We can hoe together.
Oh.
You gonna be here when I get back? Cool.
Well, see, that's when I'm like, then I'm not at a point of I want to be in a relationship with you.
But that's where I am. Now
Yeah.
I'd rather just be by myself for the rest of my.
I'm not gonna lie though. I've had that thought.
You never had no
once.
ex hit you up because every time you get in a relationship, them exes start hitting you up.
They do, but I always said no. And usually, and I'm gonna be completely honest, that only happened to me when I got married. When I got married, that's when a couple of my exes had
And
messaged
tell
me and said things. But I wasn't in a place where I was like, I'm about to,
Right.
That the
Tell
truth.
me,
act on
tell
it.
me, 100% in your mind, you was like no, and that was it, like immediately no. Give me it was an immediately no, honestly. Or then when you seen that text, you was like.
The one of them that it was an immediately no because that guy
But had it
who
been
that guy who
somebody
reached out
who
to
you-
me, it was a
Had
no.
it been somebody that you was like, oh, he was.
It probably would have ran through my mind.
See?
It would have ran through my mind, but I wouldn't have acted on it because I've been cheated on before, even outside of my marriage. Before I got married, I had been in a relationship where I had gotten cheated on.
If karma is
So,
coming, it's
honestly,
coming for
to
your ass
me,
today.
I'm not gonna do it.
If
I'm
karma
not
is
gonna
coming,
do it.
it's coming for your ass today.
Today. Yeah,
I'm
no,
getting even right now.
I couldn't even do it.
I'm just playing, y'all.
I couldn't
talk
even
shit
do it
on
because
this
I know what
tequila,
that feels like.
But I would
I
rather
couldn't.
disappear, and I would rather you wonder where the fuck I am or what the fuck I'm doing.
But see, I'm more of like, so since it's happened to me, I'm more of like, I will absolutely dump you right now.
I
So
feel like
my
it's a rite of
conscience is
passage, though.
clear that I'm not in a relationship with you. If I really wanted to go and be with somebody else,
Fuck a conscience.
but that's never happened to me.
It wasn't on your conscience to worry about with me.
Right?
So
but
why the fuck am I worried about you?
But I don't ever. You know how I am.
Reciprocity.
You know how I
It's-
am. I
if
don't
it's
ever
not
want to be in the
reci-
wrong.
If it's not reciprocate, I wasn't in the wrong.
I hate being in the wrong.
Obviously, we was doing what the fuck we wanted to do, so I wasn't in the wrong.
It's gonna come off that way though, so I couldn't do it.
It's not gonna come off that way. You want to know how it comes off that way? This is a conversation that I feel needs to be had. You want to know how it comes off that way? Because people are okay when people wrong you or when people do shit to you to just let the shit slide. Guess what, motherfucker? I'm not in the game of letting shit slide. I'm gonna do what the fuck I wanted to do from the jump because I wanted to do it too. If we doing it, then let's do it then. Let's have a good time.
Let's have a good time.
Let's have fun with it. Like, and it's not even about get back. But I wanted to do the same thing you was doing shit. If we was doing that, why you didn't tell me? Damn it, I could have been kicking it with Charles and Kevin and all of them. Well, you fucking ain't tell me.
Yeah.
Just let me in on it. Because that's one thing they will never be able to do. Never be able to accept. Most. Some can. But most will never be able to accept the shit that they did to you for you to do it to them. Baby, I'm going to bring it back to you. Come on back and sit down and get this lesson.
I'm going to just leave.
And I'm a...
Yeah.
And
I can't do it.
It's not even about leaving. It's about reciprocity.
Yeah. I mean, there's
That
a
never-
part where I would think like I I would have liked to do that.
It never was that. Yeah, it never was that from
It's
the
funny
beginning.
how I could control myself, but you couldn't.
You
so you had
lied.
to do it.
That's a red flag.
Interesting. And no, of course, it's a
You
huge
can't
red
control
flag.
yourself.
You lied. None of them can.
It's a red flag for me.
97% of them cannot. Some of them can't. Some, and you know the ones that can't. So, in the spirit of red flags, what is the biggest red flag that either of you have felt like you've caught and you still let pass?
Ooh,
Like you seen
let
that shit, you
pass.
was like, and then you do like,
The first one that comes to mind is my husband would never and never has done this, but my ex did this to me a lot. Was, why are you eating that?
Ooh. Oh, hell.
What makes you want to eat that? Why don't you just eat a salad? How about you
Motherfucker,
order a
if I'm
salad
fat-
instead?
I'm gonna be fat and happy. Damn it.
Baby, in my 30s, you finna catch these
First
hands.
of all, you started speaking to
Squirrel.
me thick.
Thick. Okay.
I was thick to begin with.
Show 'em how
Okay.
thick you was, girl.
Thick, bitch. I was thick. Okay. You see this? I've been thick.
Okay.
You started off with me thick, and then the second I want to order chicken tenders instead
Honey.
of
Or
a
chicken
salad.
McNuggies. Or chicken McNuggies.
They always had the nerve. The audacity.
Bitch, I will give you 50 million paper
Ooh.
cuts
I
with
was
this
like,
piece
he's
of paper.
just worried about my health.
No, he ain't. He want one of them skinny hoes.
Die.
Girl.
Flying flippity bloop.
He do. He worried about it now.
Baby.
Oh, we're-
Gotcha,
Yeah.
bitch.
They
I
be
hope you're
saying
watching.
that, baby.
I hope you're watching.
Cause I was big like this when you met me.
That's what I'm saying.
Baby, I've been
I
big
had
my
all
whole-
this ass
big my whole life.
before.
So don't expect me to just magically lose weight cause we now together.
Because you're insecure.
Oh my
you want
God.
to tell me to eat a salad because you're insecure.
That's what it.
Wow.
That's what it is.
Wow. I feel so bad for your next partner.
Tell him
'Cause
you
I'm
don't
outta
know.
here.
Because God forbid they gain weight in any way, shape, or form.
Ooh,
God
especially
forbid
after
they have a
having your
baby.
child.
Right.
Oh, God forbid. Oh.
She don't snap back.
I bet you they learn. I'm sure somebody made
I
them
don't
learn
wish
their
that on
lesson.
nobody, but damn.
Damn.
See your
Mm.
face when
But
she don't
damn.
snap back. But damn.
What?
Yeah. The biggest red flag that I've caught.
Good one. That's a good one.
The one that I caught and didn't let and I let it slide. Okay, I would say I let it slide because I needed more intel.
Okay, Intel.
I needed
Come
more
on, top 5
intel.
security of the world, Craig.
It was a turnover from the bed to answer a text. When the fuck did we start doing that?
I know
Oh, no, I'd
exactly.
be up in Elijah's phone. Like, what you doing?
When did we start doing that?
Why you following that
her
bitch
ass
on
was
TikTok?
like, look, her ass was like this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She was screenshotting.
yeah. I would take my phone and literally be like
taking
zoom,
pictures of this nigga
The
conversation.
fact
And
that you
I would
wouldn't
take
even
a picture.
notice.
Baby, I am the CIA. I turned the flash off. I said, this finna be real quiet. I went like this. I zoomed in on that bitch, took the camera, and I'm sitting there. So I'm like, as you read it, I'm reading it too.
We reading together.
What we talking about?
We're reading together.
What we texting? So I had limited intel because of course some of the pictures I was taking was blurry, so I had to like fill in blanks where.
Shit, I'm
so
taking
I'm
100
like,
pictures. I'm gonna make sure I
I'm
get
like,
going.
this not adding up.
I
So
still got pictures of my. Never
so
mind.
certain times I had to let it slide because I was like, I don't have full intel on this. But to me, obviously, that's a big red flag. Why would you have to turn away from me to look at your phone?
Right.
Or why do you have to, I need to go take this call in the other room? You know what I'm saying? Or,
Right.
you know, I need you to drop me off at work at such and such time, but your shift really don't start for another hour. You know what I'm saying?
The fuck you doing, Craig?
So
that was the biggest one that I like. At that point, I had let it slide because I didn't have enough intel to be like, okay, we need to talk about this, and I either need to move on or you need to stop what you're doing.
So I guess I would more so go into, is a red flag a deciding factor if you stay or leave?
Depending on the size of the red flag.
Yeah.
I feel like there's some red flags that they're like little tiny
Like you could
red flags that you're
oversee
like,
them,
ooh,
but
I don't like that.
The definition of a red flag is the shit is obviously leading to something bigger.
I feel like there's some
So
red flags that you can like say to the person, "Oh no, we're not doing that."
So those
A
are
discussion
more
can
like
happen.
those
You
are
can have a
more like
discussion.
yellow flags or yellow.
Oh, okay.
Like a
Okay,
yellow
like
flag to
yellow
you.
flags.
Like it
Okay.
was a red flag when it started, but you're like, we can have a discussion and this could turn into a yellow flag, and
Yeah,
then
like
eventually the flag goes away.
Tell
compromise.
me why you thought this was okay, and maybe it'll turn yellow. Okay.
Which I can understand that because I feel
Yeah.
like we're human.
No
Everybody
two
doesn't
people
think
are
the same. So, and obviously we're all brought up differently. So you weren't brought up with the same, I don't want to say rules, but the same values and stuff that you want out of a relationship that you were taught. So
Based off of
some
how
things
your
that I'm like,
parents
okay, we
were
can
or
discuss
what
this
theirs
and
were.
maybe this will go away.
Yeah.
But then there's some that like, no, this is a big ass red
It's a
flag.
motherfucking no for me, bitch.
We're not
Right.
How
doing
many
this.
fucks do I give?
None.
Not one. Zero, zero, zero.
Yeah,
None. If y'all haven't seen it, go watch the Erica Jane video. She pretty
What's
dope.
a red flag that you could discuss and be like, okay, I think we could work around this. I feel like would be like one of those ones where like it's, let's say you're out on a date and they don't open the door for you.
That's not a red flag for me.
Some people that is. Some people it's like, you don't have manners. You're not going to open the door. Or you don't pull
yes,
out my chair for
Some
me.
people will blow it up, and it's like maybe you just jump to conclusions.
Because if you go on TikTok and you type in red flags, and there will be some videos that pop up that you'll be like, that's not really a red flag. That's just like, okay, I'd like for you to do that, but that's not a red flag. So to me, it depends on what you define as a red flag to be like, I'm not doing this. You know, if you're going to continue to do this, we're not going to be together or we're not going to be friends, that kind of thing. But I would say those are like, to me, small red flags. Like, for instance, the Risa Tisa series episode.
Come on, y'all.
I
Y'all
was
give me more
trying
context.
to.
What else happened?
Basically,
What would be a red
small.
flag for you that she said and you was like, bitch, you should
Yes.
know.
Okay, that's what I was gonna say.
Bitch.
So one to me was, she said the guy was coming from somewhere else and moved to the state that they were in, and that he was staying in a studio apartment, and whoever the person is that's in charge of finding them housing was doing that. That's what he said. He also said he was playing arena football. I've never heard
A motherfucking arena. What the fuck is that?
arena
For the man who
football.
watched this video briefly,
He said he was getting paid for it and did it in college.
I know too many people that do like sports, and I've never heard arena football. So to me, that was a red flag. You're saying things that me in my
she didn't
30s,
Google
I've
arena
heard a lot of things. I ain't never heard nobody say arena football. So to me, that was like a
It might be a thing, but I'm
let's
gonna Google it first.
let's check that
I'm gonna call
on the
Demonte.
list. Then to me, one was, you know, when I keep listening back to the story, is because he would say that he has, you know, all this money. He's supposedly a CEO or COO of a condiment company. So my thing was, when he said he had all this money, he has, you know, 2 different accounts, and then he also has an offshore account. If you have all this money, why are you staying in a studio apartment?
Right.
First and foremost,
That is a red
It's a lie.
flag
And
to
it's
me.
like 3 times past, we still can't get a house.
Yeah.
And you have this offshore account. You have all this money in your savings, your checking that you've shown me.
Baby, I need to
Because
watch
maybe
this
I didn't
now.
catch those were screenshots. From
This the thing
people.
though. So
Netflix to do a special.
when she found
We've
out
all
that
been
it was
saying that,
a
girl.
screenshot, to me, I was like, if somebody would have showed me their account, I would have scrolled. Like my immediate, if you're my man, at this point you're my man. I'm about to scroll. You show me your phone, I'm gonna scroll. What else is in this account? So then she would have immediately knew.
It was a screenshot.
You're my man.
Motherfucking screenshot.
We're finna scroll.
What you doing, girl? How you doing it?
Scroll. Hello, scroll. You would have known then. You would have known then, honey. Better what? Scroll.
One more time for the.
You gotta go fast. Scroll. You would have been like, oh my god.
Before he even knows.
You gotta go quick. As soon as you be like, yeah, this one in my account. Oh my god. Come on, girl. Reset Tisa. Get some of this. I could help you.
Scrolling.
Baby, the minute they be like, yeah, this is what I got in my. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, there's so much in there. What else is in there?
Oops.
Girl, you better scroll on their ass. I bet you they'll never show you an account again. Scroll on that ass.
I learned something new today, y'all.
You better scroll.
How to
Scroll on that ass.
as exhibited.
Quick. It's a quick motion. You gotta be quick with it. You can't be. Let me see. No, because then they gonna move the phone. You gotta be real quick when they say, yeah, this is what I got. Oh my god. See how fast that was? You gotta be.
Bitch,
You gotta be quicker than that.
Ooh, you almost
had it. You gotta be quicker than that.
Ooh, you
Yeah,
almost had it.
so to me, I was like, girl, you could have caught him in a live then.
You better come on. Oh my god.
You could have caught him in a live
Immediately
then.
when I think of scroll, like, oh my god.
Oh my god. Yes. You better go, boy. Work that account.
I'm gonna be
So like, if he telling the truth, you be like, oh my god, you
I'm
are.
gonna be
Do
scrolling
that
for the
shit.
rest of my fucking life.
But baby,
Oh my god. Add that to the list.
Yeah,
of the things
I
you
just-
say.
Oh my god. Then also, honestly, there was a lot of them. But whenever he would talk to somebody on the phone, she was always showing the way that he would, I guess, use his phone or either type on his phone. And it always looked like this. Who
Fuck
the fuck
no.
uses their phone like that right now?
Niggas that
Nobody.
don't know how to text.
So you're doing something shady to me, and that's a red flag. So I want to know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Do it again.
But also,
No.
When she said that's how
You
he
ain't no
opened,
CEO.
that's how he opened his account, is what she said as well.
You
She
ain't no
said he went like
CEO.
this on his phone,
You was picking pictures.
and then went like this.
he was picking pictures off Pinterest.
We're not doing that. In today's
You was
age,
on
you
Pinterest.
have a Face ID on almost everything.
yeah.
So you're literally clicking one thing, doing a Face ID, and then going like this.
Yeah.
You're not touching anything like this on your
My say
phone.
doesn't use Face ID. He uses passwords because he don't trust Face ID.
That's a lot,
But
yeah.
it take him. He doing it.
Right, you would do more of a
He's typing
2-finger
in
thing.
something.
Yeah.
He not,
Yeah, I'm like, nobody's ever doing a one
And I'm still
finger.
like, look,
Yeah. Yeah. Facts. Facts.
Yeah.
I
How
leave
much
his
we
phones
got,
at
babe?
home, and I'm like,
What's up in there?
look, I'm sitting like this. in
What's
my
up
cup.
in there? I need the password to everything. Well, we want to know what a red flag is to you, and let us know, like, if you had a red flag that you were like, that was the final straw.
Yeah.
I want to know,
yeah.
because it be getting wild in these streets.
Yeah.
So you got to watch us in the next episode. If you have not followed us on Instagram or TikTok, you will want to do that, because the behind the scenes, as you can see on the previous episode, they get funny, they get crazy, and
Wow.
you just got to be on there to watch it. So follow us on TikTok and Instagram, and definitely make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. Check that bell to get a notification every time we upload a brand new video. Those are every Monday, bright and early at 8 a.m. So we want to see you guys in the next episode. Thank you for watching. Bye.
Bye.